Hi, ready for lesson 3, Stuff of Nonsense? So I thought we'd go back to the poem, All in the Golden Afternoon. Maybe we could try for 2 stanzas today, the second and third stanza. Okay, and if you don't have your book, you can look it up online because I'm actually not home today. So I'm looking on my laptop. Okay, and I found it. I just Googled Alice in Wonderland opening poem. So, second stanza. Ah, cruel 3 in such an hour. Okay, the cruel 3, Alice and her 2 sisters. I told you about them already. In such an hour, reference to time. One of the key themes of the book. Beneath such dreamy weather brings us to the theme of dreams. Sadly, it doesn't look like we're going to get to have our talk about dreams, although maybe I'll do one of these quick things on dreams. Actually, it might be good for you. You might like that. To beg a tale of breath too weak to stir the tiniest feather. So here he's pretending like it's a big deal for him that the girls are asking for the story, because that's the origin of Alice in Wonderland, that the girls asked him to tell the story. And then the real Alice, who was the middle of the 3 girls, she's the one who said, could you write it down? He wrote it down and it became this famous book. To beg a tale of breath too weak to stir the tiniest feather. Oh, feather, double meaning proper. You'll know that from Freud. The feather stroke that's used when you paddle. The kids were with him on a rowboat ride on the Isis River at Oxford where Lewis Carroll worked. He was a professor of logic, okay? So a nonsense specialist who's a professor of logic. Yet what can one poor voice avail against 3 tongues together? So here he's like, oh, the girls forced me into it. They wanted the story. What could I do? Of course, he's a storyteller. He loves telling stories. I think you might know other people like that, including me. I don't even mind doing YouTubes as a way to talk to you guys. Okay. Imperious Prima, we're on the 3rd stanza. We're making progress. Flashes forth her edict to begin it. Remember we talked about birth order? This is the bossy one. Prima is Latin for the first. So this is the eldest sister, Lorena Charlotte. Imperious Prima flashes forth her edict to begin it in gentler tones. Notice the word gentle. Secunda, that's Alice. She's the middle child, and she'll be Lewis Carroll's favorite. And interestingly, he was very close with his mother. Her name was Frances Dodgson, because anyway, that was his real name was Charles Lutwidge Dodgson. Frances Lutwidge Dodgson, like him. Anyway, Frances is always described as gentle. In gentler tones, Secunda hopes there will be nonsense in it. And that's an interesting little thing we'll come back to at the end, because it's a nice ending for today's talk. That she's the one who wants nonsense. Well, Tertia interrupts the tale not more than once a minute. Tertia's the little sister. And because she was so young, she interrupted a lot. And here, for all of you mathematical types out there, is the first math problem in the book, because Lewis Carroll taught logic and mathematics at Oxford. So if she interrupts the tale not more than once a minute, can you figure out what the mathematical answer is to that, or what the mathematical equivalent is to that? Not more than once a minute. How about if you get that, you can put it on the forum for me. That would be good. Are you using the forum? Okay, I have a few more seconds to go. Let's go back to Secunda hoping there will be nonsense in it. So what I've always found so interesting is that the girl that he's the closest with, the real Alice, who inspired the character Alice that you're reading about, she asks him for something that he can give her, right? And she wants nonsense, and he's a nonsense artist. So it occurs to me that something about love is when we can give people what they want and feels good, right? If you have something and it's appreciated by somebody else. So it's a little kind of nice message for us to think about. So do your homework, be kind, be loving, be very careful with yourselves. And I guess I'll be back again tomorrow. So the plan is weekdays I'll keep giving you little YouTube lessons. Can you post what you need on the forum before 4 p.m. on Friday? Because I am planning to have a weekend without thinking about teaching. Okay, take good care of yourselves. Talk to you tomorrow.